Hi guys, I have a SNES power adapter here that's not working, and I plug it into a console. I do actually, if I can get the light, wiggling it about a bit, you can actually get some power. There, now you see you've got power there. That's kind of convenient because it's wiggling at the box, suggests where the break in the wire is. So in these situations, if you've got a damaged cable, there's a couple of options you can do. If it's just damaged here near where it goes into the actual power supply, you can just cut off a bit of cable and reattach it, and that should be fine. If it's damaged at the end here, there is these replacement ends. They just screw apart, you reattach the cable, you know, after cutting off the bad bit of cable, reattach, and then that's fine. Or you can just replace the whole cable if needs be, if that's say the cable is broken in the middle and it would be too short. I'll leave links for those two things in the bottom if you want to grab them. Unfortunately, getting inside these power supplies requires one of these little weird bits. I don't even know what they're called, but we'll pop the power supply open and take a look. Okay guys, if you're not really confident with mains bolt electricity, don't try this, because this power supply is plugged in, it's now live. There is a chance you can electrocute yourself. I mean, in Europe it's 240 volts, 220. In America it's still 110 or whatever they use, so I mean it's quite a shock. We'll just do the first thing. If you were getting no power out of this power supply at all and you weren't sure, is check this side. You should be getting your input voltage. If you can see there under my hand, 2, 3, 4. So it's getting its mains voltage, we know that. So the next thing is it getting, or what's the output voltage? The output voltage, I moved the camera there, but you can see it's just in the corner, 10.63 volts. You see, 10.63 volts AC. So now you could actually do this before you take the yoke apart if you wanted to check if you can see there I'm only getting 2.7. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is plug out that power supply first. The next thing after that I'm going to do is desolder this cable, and I probably cut it a couple of inches away from where the old strain relief was. Alright guys, I started this off camera, but I basically was just removing the flux on this side using the solder braid, just so you can kind of see here the actual wire that comes from the transformer. So I had to remove the flux off it, and just trying to heat it and just trying to, I might be able to do it around the camera, but basically I just get it hot and just uncoil it away from this wire. So now I've still left my cable, and I'll just do, as you can see, it's covered in flux, the same thing. The far side I'll just wick some of that off, and So with this cable, I am going to cut it. I'm only going to cut that much off it. Cut that much off it, and because that should get me beyond the brake. From wiggling around, it seems the brake is fairly close to the strain relief. I remember now, the last one of these I done, I actually just cut the cable off and ran a little drill through the middle to get rid of it, because it was actually such a pain in the hole to get out. Luckily I actually have bought some strain reliefs after that. So, just going to prep. Now you can see why Nintendo put the bit of heat shrink around one of them to make sure they never touched. You can stick a bit of tape around it if you want, or if a little bit of heat shrink if you like. I might do that before I finish it off. This being an AC power supply and an AC output, it doesn't matter which way around you put these. If it was a DC, you would have to make sure you were having your center, which way around these went, because obviously when you get to the other end, neither one of these, it corresponds to the outside to be the outside and the inside to be the inside. But because this is AC, we're not too bothered by it. I mightn't be able to do this around the camera, but I might do it off camera. But basically I'm just going to solder the two of these on, and not forgetting to go through the strain relief first. I want that, yeah. I want that this way. Now, yeah, don't forget that. That's right, so I'm going to solder this on, probably off camera, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, with the multimeter back on AC, we're getting a nice 10.6 volts. If we plug in the console, a red light, and I can wiggle that about. Can't really get it on camera, but I can wiggle that about, and it has no, it's all good. Console doesn't turn off. That console has quite the rattle. There's nothing left to do then except for put back in the strain relief, put the lid back on the console, and stick back in those two screws. Hopefully guys you found it interesting or helpful if you're having issues with your power supply for your SNES or NES. Okay guys, thanks for watching.